welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Sarcasm Speaks. I fucked it up. I ruined my streak. I had a streak of like 3 or 4 episodes where I didn't fuck up the intro. Well, that's gone. So I'm Jared. Bob's here. Spoon's here. The world is plummeting into chaos, apparently. I was talking to Jones earlier, a friend of the show. Sup, Jones? He was just saying all kinds of, like, I forget what exactly he said. There's something else out there in the world right now that's just absolutely going wild. But I just remember saying my response to whatever he sent me. And also, how bad is that? That, like, there's so many things that are just fucked up all the time where I can't remember what fucked up thing he said to me. Like, that's how fucked up things actually are.
Is there any way you can? No, because the phone's over there.
No, my phone is used.
I'm kind of curious because I actually like spreading this info to all my clients because, like, when I tell them that skyscrapers have to get canceled, they look at me like I'm even crazier than I am.
Yeah.
And I say whatever I want to them, and then the skyscraper thing, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, we're trying to cancel skyscrapers."
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
And it's like group of like high school. They were all boys. I'm like, "Yeah, man. Every single one of you is part of the problem."
Yep.
So not only are every single one of you going to kill my grandmother, they're all part of the problem.
So, again, whatever the fuck it was that Jones sent me, my response was, maybe the Joker had it right. Maybe he was right all along. Maybe we just need chaos. We just need an agent of chaos to come in and just fuck everything up and just put an end to everything.
You know what we should do? And in honor of the day, let's bring back the guillotine. It's fucking Bastille Day.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, happy Bastille Day, you motherfuckers.
Happy fucking Bastille Day.
I'm drinking some American wine because everyone knows that the French invented wine. So that's why we drink it in their honor.
I'm sad you're not drinking a Bordeaux.
Yeah, it can be Bordeaux. It has a B and an R in the name of it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. That works for me. Close enough.
That's the qualification.
Oh, there's an O too.
Is there
and an E.
Is there an X?
Dude, there's like 4 common letters.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the same thing. No,
yeah. And a U. There's a U in that.
Bourdeaux.
Yeah.
That's how you spell that.
Yep. So there you go. It's basically a Bordeaux.
Yeah, it's like 5 somethings of Bordeaux.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Same letters. But yeah, so I don't know. The world's going to shit. But like I said, I think we need the Joker. He's not the hero that we need.
Who needs a Joker when you can just get a guillotine?
But he's definitely the one we deserve.
And, like, what do they say about history? If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat your mistakes.
Yeah.
Just keep it sharp. Just keep the fucking thing sharp.
Yeah.
And we're good.
Or don't.
Well, no, because then it was like going down and not killing people.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. They had to do it like 3 times. You were gonna die after the first one. It just was a matter of when.
But with the amount,
That's kind of
with what's
cool.
going on,
That's horrifying.
we got to be efficient.
Yeah.
That's true.
Should be efficient.
Also, the 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh, wait, do we still listen to the Constitution and amendments?
Well, I don't know. It depends. Do they agree with our thoughts?
I don't know.
I mean, if we went down this
if they
rabbit
agree
hole-
with our thoughts, then we like the Constitution. But if they don't follow along what we think, then we don't like the Constitution. Then it's an old document that was written 250 years ago and it needs to be updated.
Do you remember Dre?
Is it?
Yeah.
And obviously you remember Dre. So Dre posted on Facebook, and he was talking about, Dre was my RA freshman year. He's from Miami.
Yeah.
He posted about the idea that if we got rid of the political parties,
Oh yeah.
would we have any problems going on right now?
Nope. Well,
because everyone.
I mean, I'm sure we would have.
Okay, well, there's a virus going around.
But no, yeah.
I actually, depending on how deep you want to go with your tinfoil hat.
I don't know. I used up all my tinfoil in the last episode.
Well, because again, if this thing was man-made, who commissioned it? But whatever.
Right.
But if there are no parties,
Goddamn George Soros.
or or the guy from Harvard, whatever.
Yeah. Who was funded by George Soros.
So I'm all in on getting rid of the parties because this is where all the fucking problems come, and this is where all the
That's why we need The Rock.
This is where no parties.
Dwayne, no. We need The Rock.
Just
just
The Rock?
run as an independent. That was
No, you can't even run as an independent. You just need to run as a human. Like I am running as The Rock.
I mean,
independence.
By definition, that is an independent. Independent's not a party.
No, but you have to like claim to be independent now. I think because isn't it unaffiliated now?
Yeah, that just means your platform can vary. So an independent can be completely the opposite of another independent.
Yeah.
So
okay, so they kept independent as
you there's no groupthink involved in independent.
Okay, because I thought independent got changed where independent became something, but there was also unaffiliated.
No, I think what eventually happened is a bunch of people that claimed to be independent for a really long time decided to just join the Libertarian Party because they were like, oh, all this time everything we were talking about, yeah, it turns out that's libertarian. So I guess we're libertarians now.
Well, yeah, it's like you could be an independent that's more liberal or independent that's more conservative. You say, oh, I'm not a fucking Republican, or I'm not a fucking Democrat.
Right.
Can you also be unaffiliated? I know they were kicking this idea around, and maybe they just never did it, or maybe they did it in some state. I don't really know.
I don't know.
What's it called?
I don't know the
There's
answer.
a word for it, but yeah, it's basically the same as independent though. Depends on the state.
So it's not unregistered because you are registered, but you register with basically like without an affiliation. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can do that.
I don't know. I thought they were talking about that idea where.
I think that's what I am. I think I'm a registered unaffiliated.
I don't even know if I'm registered. I have no clue.
Go to vote.org.
You probably are.
I gotta do that. I gotta send in something.
I feel like all males register to vote.
So I was registered.
When you move.
When I
when
I renewed my license or I changed my address, I think there was an option. It's like, do you want to register to vote today? And I clicked off of it.
Yeah, you gotta do that because I didn't know I wasn't registered when I was like 22. Like it was 4 years after I turned 18, obviously. But that was like that was the election year, and I was like, wait, I can't vote. I feel like my rights have been taken away. And they're like, no, you idiot, you moved.
You had 4 years to renew this, and you waited until the day of the election.
I went to vote, and they said, you're not on the list. I went, how? Because I live in a different house, a different neighborhood. When I was 18, that's crazy. Where's my name? Why is it not on this in this random church?
Yeah, well, they have this little thing called voter fraud. They do that to prevent that.
Oh, that's gonna be that's gonna be great this year. The voter fraud.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see how creative people are.
Well, it's a lose-lose situation for us as like the plebeians because either side that loses is gonna claim voter fraud. So like if Trump wins again, all the Democrats are gonna be like, "It's voter fraud. Oh, this is stupid. Yeah. Oh, let's get Mueller back. Let's spend another 3 years trying to find out that nothing happened." And then if Trump actually loses, which God help us, I mean, either way we're fucked. But I honestly, at this point, I think the lesser of two evils is
Hold
Trump.
on, we're not fucked because the president is inconsequential in your
No,
life.
this is true. Yeah, this is true. I can't believe I uttered those words. Wow. Ooh-wee. But how dare I? But if Trump does lose, then everyone on the right's going to be like, well, there's voter fraud. They're bussing in people. Yeah. They're bringing up everybody. They're voting illegally.
Dude, they're talking about like it's going to be fucking black sheep, where in the election they have like dead people voting.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually does happen.
Well, they made a movie about it, so of course it happened.
Yeah.
Halloween's a week before. It's a good potential. Like you can go as like Sigmund voter fraud. Sigmund voter fraud. That's a good combination. I like combinations.
What's the costume?
Old man in a 2-piece, 3-piece suit or whatever, and I don't know. He's fraudulent.
You can't make a claim to a costume and then not have a costume prepared.
I said it was a good idea in there.
Well, if it's such a good idea, how come you didn't have a costume ready?
Because it's been 2 minutes since we fuck you. It's a good idea.
So how many minutes do you need?
5.
I'll set a timer.
Clock starts now. What the fuck were we even talking about? Oh, like,
well, I don't know.
I said we need The Rock.
Oh, yeah, and I was just saying, like...
The Rock and Jocko.
That's the thing, is just people need to just run as themselves,
Imagine
not as parties.
The Rock and Sock connection.
I vote for it.
I would vote for it 100%.
Imagine Mick Foley making decisions.
Well, he's
make
the vice president. Is there any? So we all now understand that the job of the president is very inconsequential to us regular people in our daily lives.
Oh my god, what are they seriously thinking?
Is there any job that's less inconsequential in general than the vice president?
Well, the vice president's the one that's actually making all the decisions.
Yeah.
Or so I've been told.
And the vice president is the president of the Senate. Cool. Like, I feel like the very first vice president made that up for himself because he had nothing else to do. It was like, yeah, I don't even know who the first vice president was. Was it John Adams? I have no fucking clue.
I'm only here in case the other guy dies.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm the vice president? Yeah, I guess I don't really have a lot to do, so, what's that, Senate? What are they doing? They need someone to lead them. So
I'll be the Senate king.
I'll be the Senate king. Yeah, that's me. That's my job. That's my job. That's what I do. Like, no, you don't do anything. You're there in case the other guy dies.
Do any politicians do anything except completely fuck everything up? Sorry, the higher ups.
Yeah, I feel like you have to, in order to advance your political career, you have to be really good at fucking things up. Like, if you solve problems, you don't get promoted.
Or like if you
you need more problems. If you keep solving all of them, there won't be any problems
or like
to solve.
if you introduce bills that like make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Oh, you mean you want me to make a bill that doesn't secretly hide something on page 742 that's gonna fuck everybody over? Because that's what they do. They introduce these like massive fucking bills, and then they hide one on one page on like page 1000. They're like, no one's gonna read to page 1000. Let's put something in that if you ever wear fucking blue on a Sunday, we can throw you in jail. It's like that's the type of shit that like they try and come up with. But then they do this on purpose and they play the fucking political game, which is fucking gross and disgusting. Is because then it becomes a PR thing. So like the Democrats did this not too long ago. They called it the Green New Deal. Like also people's affinity with things in the past needs to fuck off. Like let's move forward now. Let's not obsess about things in the past. Like whatever. Everyone wants to use names from things in the past. Like in sports, well cool. Watergate was a thing. It happened in the 70s. But now like around here in sports, like it was Spygate and it was Deflategate. And then it's Bountygate. They fuck off with all this shit. So they're like, people really liked the New Deal back in the 1930s. FDR did a really good job getting us out of the Great Depression. I know, we want to introduce an environmental bill. What are we going to call it that people are going to like? Hey, people really like the New Deal. Cool, let's call it the Green New Deal. All right, yeah, no one's going to knock that down because people like the New Deal. So the Green New Deal is going to be the same thing. Except we're going to hide a bunch of random shit in there that has nothing to do with anything. And then when the Republicans vote it down, we can say, look, they hate climate change. They hate the world. They want the world to die. They don't support saving the fucking environment. Where realistically, they're like, nah, man, page 746, you have this asinine fucking thing that you tried to hide in here. I'm not doing that. And they're like, oh shit, you actually read every page? And they're like, well, no, but my assistants did.
Interns.
So then I vote no. But then in the public eye, they get to look at them and be like, well, such and such a Republican from Kentucky voted no, so he wants the world to burn. It's like, no, that's not what's happening here. You tried to sneak a bullshit thing. Like, if you really wanted something done, submit a bill that's like, I don't know, 50 pages. Like something that has like one specific goal in mind, and then if it's really good, it'll go through. Like stop trying to like hide little fucking things in other things. It's like a fucking, what are those called? It's not a Fabergé egg. What are those little Russian dolls? The Russian stacking dolls?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. Now they're
nesting
called
dolls?
Yes, nesting dolls. Yeah.
I have no idea what they're called. Nesting dolls?
I know exactly what they're called.
Well, turns out I know precisely what they are called.
It's like that's what they do. They have this thing. They're like, this is our bill. This is gonna save everybody. And then like buried deep into it is like some other random bullshit.
It's the okay for the Harvard scientists to create coronavirus.
Yeah. It's the funding for some random project in Harvard, and they're like, oh, what happened here? I don't know. It's no paper trail. It's like, oh man, I hate politics.
Yeah, they did that with the first stimulus bill and gave like a bunch of money secretly. And I know they're gonna do the same exact thing with the second one if they ever do that. It's gonna be, call it now that there's gonna be something that is bullshit in there. And they'll be like, hey, why didn't you vote to give Americans money?
Right.
Because you fucked over Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
You brought back big coal and there was no coal there. You just gave him money.
Yeah.
Here, it's going to a guy named Cole.
J. Cole?
Ooh. Joseph Cole.
Well, actually, that's a great fucking segue. Speaking of J. Cole, you're about to see. Watch this fucking segue.
Is that a good
Smooth. I'm on. It's like a smooth fucking Paul Blart.
Like a Coltrane.
Oh yeah. No, it's So J. Cole is a rapper, as is Jay-Z and Rihanna.
I thought J. Cole was in clothing.
What's the clothing store?
I thought that was J. Cole.
Is J. Cole clothing?
J. Crew?
J. Crew. Fuck.
Yeah.
The rapper just became... We thought so little of the rapper.
Like, hey, like I always say about white people. Moving on.
Yeah. So...
J. Crew.
So this one is also kind of near and dear to us over here. Jay-Z and Rihanna are part of a group that has submitted a request or something. They've submitted something to the DOJ, so the Department of Justice, to further investigate the tragic death of former Pace University junior, DJ Henry.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jay-Z and Rihanna
Jay-Z
are
and Rihanna.
leading the charge.
I think Jay-Z put him in a song.
Really?
I believe he put him in a song around the time it happened.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Jay-Z, it was somebody. But like I even saw
maybe it was J. Cole.
It definitely wasn't J. Cole.
Wearing a J. Crew t-shirt.
The rapper J. Crew.
No, but I think Jay-Z did put him in a song. And obviously my affiliation, I know the family.
Right.
And
they're from the town over.
Yep, and I know someone who was in the car.
Yeah. With
DJ when he got shot.
Yeah. Who he also got shot.
He has the bullet wound to prove it in his arm.
Yep.
So yeah. So good friends with him, still see him. I saw him yesterday, doing good, but
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's been
the gym's been closed.
Quarantine.
Yeah, I know.
But
you mean the guy I only see at the gym I haven't seen when the gym is closed?
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, well there was a movement to open the case. There was actually a petition. I did sign it. I know they settled, and in the end, the family wanted, or at least the parents wanted, the, what do they use out there? They use like counties and townships or whatever the fuck they use. They wanted those idiots to apologize. Yeah. Which they did. Public apology. That's what they wanted.
Westchester County.
Okay. So they got that. They got the apology that said they lied about the evidence and what happened. But that officer got Officer of the Year. He got some fucking stupid.
We watched that 48 Hours episode.
And he got an award that year. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
So that'd be interesting. It would be interesting to see what happens. I mean...
So I have the list here. Thanks to Page 6, which it's got to be some sort of magazine or something. The letter is signed by, so it says Robin Fenty, aka Rihanna. I didn't know that was her name. You know what though? Robin with a Y? Doesn't surprise me.
Why do you say that?
Why? Why?
You're being a bigot again, aren't you?
No.
Why do you say that? Why?
Sean Jay-Z Carter, and then it's Pharrell Williams, Charlize Theron, Taraji Henson, Odell Beckham Jr., Michael Williams, Kerry Washington, Mary J. Blige, and Gabrielle Union all signed a letter that was sent to the DOJ, which was then passed to U.S. Attorney General William Barr to reopen the case for possible police misconduct.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna be there.
Yeah, and that one
Sorry, I think
pretty.
I put it to you this way: if they open the case, it's going the other way.
Yeah.
But the thing is no charges were brought yet, so there's no like double jeopardy. There's no like
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
They didn't bring any charges about because this was in 2010.
Yep. October 17th.
So this was 2010, and this is just me. This is my unknown of the status. I think the main thing is the wrongful death. Yes, DJ was black, and yes, the officers were white, and this is upstate New York, so it's probably very, very white.
Yeah.
But I think this is like clear cut wrongful death. I don't know how the race angle is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, obviously. Like depending on how it gets presented.
Yeah.
But I mean, the car was full of black people. So.
The 48 hours on it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Where that other cop was like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. Like the guy the cop that shot him and that ended up like being like getting hit and going on the fucking roof of the car. That one other cop that was there was like, yeah, that didn't happen like that.
Yep.
So good for him.
I think it was Aaron Hess was the officer that shot.
Yes, it was. Yep, that's the name. But good on that other guy for stepping up and being like, no, this isn't right.
I will tell you right now, there's going to be no shortage of lawyers that are going to be interested in taking this case.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
So
it took 10 years.
Further down in this, we have a grand jury declined to indict Hess in 2011. And the U.S. Attorney's Office said in 2015 it would not bring federal charges against the officer. So you're 100% spot on. He's never been charged with anything, so there's no double jeopardy.
And the only settlements and lawsuits that have come, I believe, were against
the county,
the town, maybe the state, but it was never against the officer.
Right.
So that's where your opportunity in this situation is.
Yeah.
It's funny looking back on it and how like back then it's like, oh, this like is a sucky story with like, oh, it's a he said, they said kind of story. And then today in 2020, it's kind of like, it's on with all the bullshit. It matches up with everything.
Well, talk about 10 years later, cop's word doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
Which, when the evidence suggests that the cop's word is wrong, I don't want it to stand. I do think we're going down a little bit of a dangerous path.
I mean, if the other cop is already saying
because I get it. It's the whole the pendulum effect. So like for a really long time, the pendulum swung in one direction. It was that whole example of our buddy where he drives 55 in the middle lane on the highway, and I go past him doing 60, 5 miles an hour under the speed limit, and get pulled over. Well, officer, I was only doing 60. No, you weren't.
Yep.
Well, it's gone from that to almost, we're not quite there yet, but we're certainly fucking barreling towards the complete opposite end of the pendulum, where it's like the cop's word means nothing, which is also super dangerous. I think realistically,
Are you going to suggest we get somewhere in the middle?
How'd you know? Did you know I was going to come up with a completely unreasonable claim?
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's get somewhere in the middle. What an idea.
I know. Where maybe we, instead of just accounting for what someone looks like or what uniform they are or aren't wearing, we look at facts of a case. Yeah. And like eyewitness accounts.
Idiot. What a fucking stupid thing to suggest.
I know, right? How dare I? I've made a lot of ridiculous claims, I feel like, in the last 2 weeks on these shows. It's just asking for way too much from society.
Did you see any of the hot takes from about like the motives behind defund the police?
No.
Pretty funny. It's again, and these are real scorching hot takes, so rooted in real fact.
Yeah.
But someone goes, huh, I have $100,000 to $200,000 in debt from college, and all I have to show for is a social work degree. Well, if we defund the police and suggest that they have social workers, I have a job again.
Oh God.
That was a couple of the hot takes on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm a. I want to be careful with how I start this, because I could go down a real slippery slope here. But I'm gonna try and not go down the road of education. But I will say I'm a big believer that the cost of schooling should probably be representative of the market.
Ooh, what?
You know what I mean? Like if, like the market demands.
Yeah.
For like college?
Why do you think a CPA, the CPA test costs like thousands of dollars?
Right.
The bar exam costs thousands of dollars.
That's the thing.
And like strength and conditioning cert costs $300.
Like we just have like a blanket cost. So like if you go to, let's say Harvard, if you go to Harvard University and you get a degree in accounting, you at the end of 4 years, let's say, spend $250,000. If you go to Harvard and you get a degree in psychology, you at the end of 4 years have a total debt of $250,000. I think that the cost of the degree should vary on the demand of the market, which, like, you need accountants, you need lawyers, you need cops, you need people in criminal justice. Hey, guess what? Hey, sorry.
Yeah, but
Let him finish.
You don't need that many people to go to school for psychology. Anthropology? You went to school for anthropology. You studied people. What do you do with that degree? You teach other people about anthropology. There's no like real job. Like some of these degrees that you get, there's no actual job other than being a professor to teach that again to some other sucker that you were before. You want to talk about a fucking racket.
Where would you
like
price,
that's what it is. That's what some of these degrees are.
Where would you price an anthropology degree?
$12,000.
I was gonna
Total?
Yes.
I hope.
$12,000 over 4 years. Yeah.
If you go to Harvard, I was gonna say it needs to be the same price, because how else do you punish the art majors? It's like, come on. You need consequences.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You got into Harvard and you chose.
So then maybe
You know what? I'm gonna do geology.
So then maybe
You go to fucking Harvard. Pick a real fucking major.
So then maybe
like,
you have it based then off of school. So like say anywhere you go, you can expect, and it doesn't have to be set numbers here. I'm not like a fucking totalitarian slamming my fucking fist down that every art degree has to cost $8,000. It's like if you go to college
Best
for
I can do
art,
is 65.
yeah. If you go to college for art, you should expect to pay somewhere between $8,000 to $10,000. Now, if you want to go to Harvard University for art, say their program is $10,000, and they're like, "Hey, we're Harvard, so we're gonna suck every fucking penny out of you." So on top of that, hey, guess what? We have a Harvard fee now, because they can do that. They're a fucking private institution. They can do whatever they want. So your $10,000 art degree just became $60,000.
Why don't they just charge everyone the same amount then? If that's the case.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that way.
You just described that way. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
so
but then
if
guess what? You don't go to Harvard for art.
Well, that's what. So then it's on the school to not offer it. That's what. Okay.
Yeah,
well, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Don't offer it.
So if Harvard looks at it and goes, "Oh fuck."
Fuck, no. You know what's
Harvard
worse than
is
anthropology? Philosophy. That is the ultimate. If you major in this,
yeah, but then
your-
you don't know how to argue.
your sole job is to then become a professor to teach it on to other idiots that are majoring in it.
No, it teaches you how to think.
Yeah, one of the great thinkers.
You get to argue,
Yeah.
and you get to tell people what their fallacy is, and then
Oh,
people
that's
look at you like.
That's an ad hoc, post hoc fallacy. Fuck
That was
off.
in a
I fucking hate that.
that was in a
bullshit.
Mel Brooks movie. I'm a philosopher. What's that? I'm a bullshit artist.
Yeah.
I know someone who graduated with a degree in philosophy.
Sick.
I have no clue what he's doing now.
That's like at good old Bridgewater, our alma mater here. What was that degree? leisure.
Leisure
management or something.
Recreation management.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what'd you go to college for? Oh, recreation management. Oh, cool. How much did you pay for that?
Lots.
$1,500. Oh, what are you gonna do with that? I don't know. Probably go be a postal worker.
I asked
Like,
someone.
it's like
what do you do with a degree in recreational
I think
management?
that's like
Dude, you become
park rangers and stuff.
You become the GM of Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's what the GM of Lincoln has a degree in.
Sick.
Recreation.
Sick.
I actually went one time and I was like, what is this like recreation and fitness administration degree? They're like, oh, no, you don't want to do that. I'm like, but what is it? They're like, it's not really, not a whole lot. You should do exercise science. I go,
Yeah.
But you offer it. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, but don't make us hire someone for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, be the one person sitting in the fitness administration.
They have to hire a team of fucking people for a major. Like
Well, see, that was the thing.
semester for
Recreation was a degree.
Yeah.
And then like recreation and fitness management or administration, something like that was a degree. And that's why I asked. I was like, oh, so this is like running the place.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah. We actually don't have any professors that can teach that
It's
stuff.
like a dummy major.
So yeah. We just have that in so we get more funding from the school.
Probably.
Because we can offer like, oh look, we have 12 majors as opposed to like 8. we have 12 majors in the Maples department, which was what? Movement arts, health, leisure studies, and
Health promotion leisure
and leisure
studies.
studies. Yeah, the Maples. We have 12 degrees there that we offer, therefore we need compensation for 12 degrees. Like I guarantee that's what it was. And then you have someone like us that comes in and goes, oh, what's this recreation? Yeah, nope, you don't want to do that. Yeah, but like I think I kind of, no, you don't. Yeah, but no, we don't. All right, listen, kid, shut the fuck up. We don't have anyone to teach you.
It's not real.
We're running a scam here, all right? That's literally probably.
Just shut up and do exercise science with the other 65 kids that aren't going to use it when they graduate.
Yes, absolutely. That's a fucking waste of time. Cool. I went to school to learn how to make people sweat. Sick.
No, you didn't actually even learn that. But you could probably tell me about the byproducts of the Krebs cycle.
Oh yeah, sick.
Pyruvic acid.
Yep.
Fucking
Ridiculous. What was the other one? I can't remember. Acetyl-CoA. That's one. That has something to do with that. I don't know. I've lost all interest in that. Fuck.
Why? Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on. Don't get too excited, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg is back in the hospital.
Dude, we saved her for a year.
I don't know. She's been in the hospital like 4 times.
Yeah, it was like elective surgery the first time.
Well, people always go in and out. It's like their thing.
Yeah, until they don't come back out.
Yeah, but it's all preventative at that point. It's
Dude,
like, we found something.
She probably got bored and just wanted to talk to someone.
So, the title of this article from PBS, which it's PBS, they're pretty reputable. It's not like I saw another thing from the Guardian. Yeah, I don't trust the Guardian. But PBS, pretty solid. Title says Justice Ginsburg treated in hospital for possible infection. No, it doesn't say what kind of infection. It just says she's being treated for a possible infection and was expected to stay in the hospital for a few days following a medical procedure.
Surgeon left a sponge in her.
Yeah. So the court said the 87-year-old Ginsburg went into a hospital in Washington on Monday evening after experiencing fever and chills. She underwent a procedure at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore on Tuesday afternoon to clean out a bile duct stent that was placed late August when she was treated for cancerous tumor in her pancreas. Oh, dude, she's got pancreatic cancer?
No, she had a cancerous tumor in her pancreas.
Okay. Yeah,
She's not dying until January 1st, 2021.
Yeah. We saved her because we put her on our phone.
We put her on the list.
She is resting comfortably and will stay in the hospital for a few days.
But actually, if you go back to the well on her, she might be the fucking longest person to live ever.
She's gonna be the last justice alive.
Yeah. She'd be like Rob Stewart in South Park. Just sitting there, shitting his pants.
Yeah, so that's, she was appointed by President Bill Clinton in 1993. Has been treated 4 times for cancer. In addition to the tumor on her pancreas last year, she was previously treated for colorectal cancer in 1999, pancreatic cancer in 2009. How the fuck? Pancreatic cancer is literally a death sentence. Like,
no,
when you get pancreatic cancer, they literally give you 4 to 6 months to live. Like, that's the like.
Well,
Isn't Alex Trebek
it's
still
because
alive?
he's still going. I think. Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Maybe pancreatic cancer.
If
I don't know. It
no, but
killed. It killed Patrick Swayze in like a day.
No, he was like he was in remission. He got it like when I was in high school. He didn't die until like way after.
Yeah.
No, he died in high school. He got in like my middle school. But like those rich people, they go to the doctors, they get caught early, and then they don't die because they get.
So cancer is like AIDS.
Yes.
Well, that's
no,
the thing.
The cure to
it's all
cancer is
preventative.
money.
If you have enough money to cut
Yeah,
it,
stage
just
one.
like constantly cut it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if we cut it out, your bile ducts can get all fucked up. It's like, yeah, just fix that then.
Yeah.
Which she's going in for.
And then she also, the final one was she had lung surgery to remove a cancerous growth in her lungs in December of 2018.
Yeah, my grandmother had that. She's fine. She has
saved
emphysema
her.
too.
Yeah, we saved her. So, this is great. Speaking at a news conference in the Rose Garden on Tuesday evening, President Donald Trump was asked about Ginsburg. He said he hadn't heard she had been hospitalized. I wish her the best. I hope she's better. Could you imagine? He's like, oh, I didn't know she was in the
Well, that's
hospital.
one. It's like, okay, so people are gonna be like, oh, how does he not know? It's like, dude, do you really want some politician being like, oh yes, I received the news,
Yeah.
post haste, and my thoughts, prayers, and salutations are with Miss or Mrs. Ginsburg
Yeah.
through these trying times.
Well, I mean,
like,
everyone already knows what's going to happen after John McCain died. Like with Trump being a dick about that, and so they're just like
They
waiting
also,
for the next one.
they just hated each other.
That's well,
Because McCain always talked, he kept talking shit about Trump, and Trump was like, nah, fuck you. And then when he died, Trump doubled down
yeah.
and goes, yeah, fuck that guy harder. And it's like, whoa, dude, like he's dead.
That's what they're waiting for with everyone else.
It's
I
like,
guess in fairness, he said it to his face too.
yeah, no, that is true. Yeah, I will give him that at least. I guess that counts for something. But like, oh, it was like, wow, okay, well then. And then like his daughter started going after Trump, and then Trump went after her, and I was like, you need to stop.
Stop fucking
This
doing
guy is like a child. He is just gonna keep going. He's all hopped up on fucking Adderall. So, I don't know. The other thing from him, I think it was last week, the outrage was surrounding, you ready for this? His SAT scores.
Oh yeah,
Because the whole big thing that was coming out was like, I think the Supreme Court ruled that they can release his tax returns.
Yeah.
But not to the public, to Congress or like certain members of something. I don't know. There was a stipulation to it. So like his tax returns are going to be seen by somebody in the government. I don't know who, but that's what they came. So then, as like a response to that or like a piggyback, somehow on social media it started going out. Some fucking asshole in the back. Yeah, let's see his SAT scores too. Like, what? And then people just ran with it. And people were like, well, did Trump even take the SATs? So I looked it up. I looked it up last week. I don't remember exactly now. But I think he took the SATs in 1968. What in the fuck do you care that someone took the SATs in 1968, what they scored?
Probably didn't do that good. Seeing how no one did good.
His father was like a bajillionaire. I don't even know why he took the SATs to begin with. He probably was like, I don't know, this is probably like, I have to take the SATs, otherwise my dad won't give me my allowance this week. Like,
Yeah. Just take the stupid thing.
yeah, I'll show up, I'll put my name on it, and then I'll just fill in C for every answer and then get out the door. Like, that was a legitimate thing last week that was trending on Twitter. Was
I will
Trump's
say, though,
SAT scores.
I will say, SATs do mention a lot about a person, where people who stress out and like freak out, and they need tutors and all this prep and all these books. Those people are a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. People who roll in there, you know, didn't really prep. A couple pre-SATs, PSATs, you know, whatever. Roll in there, you're going, and at some point you decide, you know what? This is fucking dumb. This is good enough. I'm just going to guess the rest of the way.
Yeah.
They're extremely unmotivated. Me. That's what I did.
Yep.
Then you have some people who don't prep at all, walk in, do fine. Well, they're genuinely probably pretty intelligent, or they paid attention, one or the other.
That was me.
And then you have the people who
I was a dickhead.
didn't prep, didn't really do anything, and then did shitty.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're probably pretty lazy, because that's kind of how that works.
So the SATs lost all credibility for me because back in forever, like, you know, back when Trump took them in 1968
Before time of long ago?
until about 2001, I think. Like the early to mid 2000s.
I'd say mid 2000s, because
It
that
was-
movie The Perfect Score came out, and it was still 1600 at the time.
Yeah, and it was
With Darius Miles.
out of 1600, and then randomly they were just like, you know, we gotta add another section here. We're gonna add an essay section. So then it became out of 2400, but that only lasted for like 9 years. And then they were like, yeah, guys, I don't know. Apparently, people doing really bad at writing because we don't teach that in school anymore because we have computers now. So
just
like,
get rid of it.
we have to get rid of it. So now schools are out of 1600. So now you can have people in the same generation that have no fucking clue about SAT school. Like, you can have someone who's
No idea what
37 that their SAT scores were out of 1600, and then you have someone that's 30 that their SAT scores were out of 2400, and then you have someone that's 22 and their SAT scores are out of 1600 again. Like, within a 12-year span, you have the different things. So it's like, you know what? Fuck the SATs.
You want the best part? Most colleges didn't look at the writing section.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told me
Yeah.
that. I saw my grade. I didn't pay attention good enough, but I'm pretty sure they said, all right, you have the out of 1600 and the out of 2400. I think I got like a 1400 and a 1700. I did terrible in the writing, like everyone else, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I got, and I had no idea what it meant. Like at all, I was like, all right, well, here you go, Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I hope they like this. I'm not. No one's giving me a clear answer on if they like this or not.
I forget what Bridgewater wanted. Probably 900.
Is that it?
What you get when you put your name on the thing.
Is that? But is that out of like
That was
1600 or
no. That was the thing
9
because
out of 16, I think.
if you just put your name on the thing and turn it in, I think you got an automatic like 800 or 900 or something.
No, it was less than that. But that's because the grading's all fucking fucked up. Where
Well, that's the other thing about the SATs that's
you
bullshit.
start
it's relative.
Well, but don't you start at a perfect score and everyone you get wrong takes
Yeah,
points
it's a-
away?
No,
What is it?
it's if you
That's-
answer correctly, you get the point. If you don't answer at all,
Get
nothing
nothing.
happens.
Yeah.
If you answer incorrectly, you
You
lose
lose
a
a point.
quarter of a point.
Oh my fucking god. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time.
Fuck.
And
first
it's
time I took it, it was
also
1100.
And it's also relative to
Huh.
who takes the test on that day. So you get a raw score of like, let's just say there's 200 questions. Your raw score is someone could only get like 160 questions right out of the 200, which is still a really good fucking percentage. But
That would be 80%.
that 160 out of the 200, that could be your perfect score. That could get you the 1600.
Ew.
Because no one else scored higher. So it's all relative to the people that took the test on that day. So if you happen to take the test on the same day as like every fucking valedictorian in the country, you're fucked.
Or you take it on the day that everyone else is hungover.
Yeah, you do great.
know
as
what's-
long as you're not one of those hungover people
I
too.
probably was. You know what's funny about that though? Now that you mention it, I do remember that, where if you didn't answer, you got zeros. So I probably got to a certain point, I probably did good enough, and left the rest of it like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I did that for the MCAS,
Yeah.
because I knew
MCAS
MCAS was
sucks.
a joke. And
Yeah, I got like, I scored so high in the MCAS. And I was like, it was in math, and I did terrible in math every year.
I just gave up
Oh,
after I thought that I had answered enough questions. Came close. My estimations were a little off. My mother looks at me. She goes, "How did you get needs improvement in English?" I go, "Oh, I didn't answer half the questions." She goes, "Why?" I go, "Because all I need to do is pass." And she's like, "That's not the point." I go, "No, it's precisely the point."
Yeah.
I go, "What are you gonna come at me with? The Abigail Adams bullshit?
Yeah.
They're gonna cover my tuition?" I go, "You know what tuition is at Salem State?"
It's $800.
It was like probably less than that.
Yeah.
And I go, because at Salem, I go, because I was like my whatever. And then she's like, "No, again, that's not the point." I go, "All right, well, I guess I botched that. I just won't even go to college then." "No, you're going to college." Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Like I said, it says a lot about someone. Doesn't answer a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
And then gets into it about why I did or didn't answer the questions.
It's a stupid test. I don't want to take it.
I go, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Watching the students in Florida take tests was always an entertaining sight for like kids all across the country that moved to Florida. Good God, 7th grade people. I had little girls playing with a doll, la 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 la, and answering questions, getting like everything right, but they're in their own world, like crazy person. And
You're allowed to bring things into the testing room?
No, literally my test, like for the class.
Oh.
But we did state testing,
Oh.
so it was civics state testing. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not supposed to do this, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're doing nonsense for that stuff. It was great. Just watching bullshit happen. They're well behaved, but like they're just in their own coping mechanism
Yeah,
at the
that's
moment.
weird.
Like a bunch of apes being told not to shit. That's what I see when I see kids taking a test. A bunch of apes being told, stop being an ape, stop throwing your shit.
That's a very, it's a
Specific.
very, specific. And,
Smell like toast.
yeah.
I mean, I was thinking like years ago, but it kind of channels that Joe Rogan, we're all a bunch of fucking apes thing. When you see kids just sitting in seats unnaturally taking a test for 3 hours straight, just like, what are they doing? They should be just throwing their shit around like apes and just saying,
Why do you
fuck
have
life.
these kids sitting still all day
Yeah.
for 8 hours?
Mm.
And then they get home
Wonder
and
why.
terrorize their homes.
You wonder why they have these coping mechanisms during and after tests.
It's gonna be great when they're sitting at school with masks on. It's gonna be awesome.
That's
Yeah.
so sick.
It's fucking amazing.
I just hope too many of them don't get CO2 poisoned.
I bet I think a bunch of public schools aren't going to do the full time. I think they're just going to do some sort of blended like hybrid thing.
Oh! This fucking pissed me off today. So, I went on Facebook.
Everything.
I went on Facebook and I saw 2 posts. And then I decided I should probably fucking light my phone on fire. Not delete the app, not delete my account,
Just
light my phone on fire.
Yeah.
So, one of them was about how viruses never truly leave us. So, if you get
True.
it,
Yeah.
it lingers and there's always
That's
whatever.
how viruses work.
So, chicken pox, you might get shingles.
Right.
Have you ever gotten shingles?
No.
Have you ever gotten shingles?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never gotten shingles either. I know one person our age, and maybe we're not old enough yet. I know one person our age that's got it once. They would talk about shingles like it's fucking the common cold.
Yeah.
You can have shingles for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I know one fucking person my age that's gotten it once.
I also know one person my age that has gotten it a couple times, but
And I know it sucks.
so it's just one person.
It really sucks. I know that. It fucking blows.
And we've all had the chicken pox.
Okay, let's take it easy. And then they're like, if you have herpes, that shit never leaves you. Yeah, no shit, it doesn't.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But what, you get a cold sore?
Yeah.
Fucking take it easy.
Cool.
Could be worse.
Throw some Abreva on that bitch.
If you have
Get on with your day.
HIV, that was another one.
Yeah.
It's,
It's like, oh, it never leaves you.
Right.
Yeah, but it also doesn't mean it's definitely turning into AIDS either.
it's like jury duty. You might get it a lot. It might be terrible. You might have a month-long jury duty.
So someone was going on and on about, well, this is what we know about coronavirus right now. And right then and there, I knew that should have been my cue to fucking just throw my phone in the fucking toilet.
Stop reading.
Because we don't know anything about this fucking thing.
No.
And anyone that does, actually, I did see a big congratulations to the University of Facebook Medical School graduates. I did see that today.
Sick. Yeah.
But then it's like going on and on. It's like, you don't know what this will do to you. Yeah, and I could walk out tomorrow and hopefully get struck by lightning. Because every time I seem to golf, I seem to get fucking caught in the rain and caught in a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go out there with my driver and start waving it around. But no shit, we don't know. But it's like, you can't just like think that like you cannot be fucking afraid of this thing your entire life. And this isn't even this is the first thing that made me mad. This isn't even the thing I want to get to. The thing I wanted to get to was about the schools.
Yeah.
And they're like, who is it? Betsy DeVos.
Betsy DeVos.
She's the head of education in our fucking loser state.
No, in the country. She's
good. Hey, so people from Massachusetts and surrounding areas, if you're fucking thinking that Betsy DeVos is gonna listen to you, you're fucking severely mistaken. You're not that fucking important. I'm not that important. Neither are you.
Yeah.
So people are going around. It's like the hard questions that need to be answered. If a teacher tests positive, do all the students that teacher has in their classroom also need to quarantine for 2 weeks? What if someone else from that class tests positive for 2 weeks? Do they then need to quarantine for 2 more weeks?
Just do online learning for 2 weeks. Fuck.
What about substitutes? Substitutes go to different schools. They go to multiple schools. They go to many schools.
Not anymore.
Are you going to have to get every...
Dude, that smells so bad.
I know. I'm sorry.
I heard
What
it.
the fuck? The mic's probably... The mic's definitely picking it up.
I apologize for what I did.
So it's like subs, they go to multiple schools. They work for multiple places.
Yeah.
They're going to have to track every single person. And then, with that teacher, with that classroom, what about the people they're friends with? What about people they share a house with? What about people they like, whatever? Because if they're letting these kids go to school, they have to provide transportation, right?
Do you know what the answer is to that question? Yes.
Yes.
If someone what if a teacher gets test positive? Does the whole class have to quarantine? Yes.
Yeah, fuck it.
What happens in real life if you encounter someone that's positive? What do? You quarantine. So
so the kids
just in a different scenario, if you encounter someone in your life that tests positive and then you find out after the fact, you quarantine. Yes.
So in response, people are like, but the kids are gonna miss so many days of school.
Not anymore. It's virtual.
Yeah, just do virtual. And then, well, it's really the parents being butthurt that they have to watch their kids.
Well,
again, like, oh, I hate.
I will level with these parents.
Parents do have to go back to work.
Kids fucking suck.
Yeah.
They really fucking suck.
Don't have them.
Well, they already did.
Kill them. They're branches of you. It's like cutting off your hands.
Dude, are you related to Casey Anthony?
Getting a whole new perspective on life all of a sudden.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
Ah, Jesus.
That should be illegal.
Yeah.
There should have been like a mandatory tubes tied.
They should have. Yeah. That's one of the times where I support chemical castration.
Yeah.
Can't be letting that.
They made that legal in Alabama, actually.
Though, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, her lawyer was Aaron Hernandez's lawyer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Javi Baez or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know the name. Jose.
I don't know. Javier Baez was the wasn't he a baseball player?
No, I think he plays now.
Oh, okay.
Javi Lopez was.
Javi Lopez. I was going to say, wasn't he the catcher for the Braves?
That's Javi Lopez.
That's Javi Lopez. Okay.
Yeah, people are going on and on, and it's like, well, all the kids are in school. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go virtual. We'll have to go to work.
You're gonna have to go to work virtually.
I don't know.
Yeah, figure it out.
Like, employers are gonna have. What's the thing is, employers are gonna have to figure this one out.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that's gonna work. But,
Ooh. Business model.
Oh boy.
We start a business where we don hazmat suits and wear COVID daycare.
Ooh, we can
Your
call
kids test positive for COVID. They have to stay home from school. You got to go to work. You call me. I'll come in for an easy fee of $7,000.
Dress them in a potato sack and we'll put them in the backyard.
Yeah, we can call it bag 'em and tag 'em.
Well, you see, the problem is, though, we're probably going to have to kill Dickie first because he's the one who's promoting that they just fucking kill the kids.
Yeah, no, that's true.
What?
You ruin it. You're gonna ruin. You're bad for business. You're bad for the brand.
I'm not bad for business. I will never kill a child.
You just suggested that the parents kill their kids when they have to stay home from work.
What does that have to do with me doing something bad?
It was your idea.
So.
Some would say, mentally, you might not be up for this, Brand.
Dude, you supported Casey Anthony. You said it. I heard you.
I just
Yeah,
said
you said
perspectives
quote.
changed.
You said, and I quote, "What did she do wrong?" End quote.
I didn't say that.
You said, quote,
You didn't even.
Casey Anthony is
chunk those quotes
misunderstood.
together.
End quote.
You're just adding. Take me to court. Take me business.
What business?
Oh, I'm gonna drown it.
The business or the kid?
Oh, the COVID ticket.
That was the point.
I'm gonna drown the business.
Yeah. That's what you did, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bitch.
But
I think she had 3 kids. I think she drowned all 3 kids.
Oh, she did a 3 spot?
Yeah.
She only killed 1 kid.
She
Yeah,
got the-
she's going for the quad now.
She got the
should
turkey.
not go to jail.
She got the turkey.
Jack turkey.
Javier Baez.
Jesus Christ, man.
Javi Lopez. Javi Lopez got it rough.
He's gonna turn into Pudge Rodriguez before we're done.
He was a great catcher too.
I love Pudge Rodriguez.
He was great. And then he was on the team. Was he on the team the same time as John Olerud?
Which team?
Didn't John Olerud play for the Marlins at some point?
He definitely played for the Mariners.
I know for a fact he played most of his career with the Mariners.
Might have been a part of the Brew Crew for a while too. He was a Red Sox.
He played for the Red Sox for 1 year.
Wait, hold on. Oh, when with the World Series here?
Yeah, I
When
think
Pudge
so.
Rodriguez was there?
I think
Before he
so.
went to Texas?
Yeah.
I feel like Jeff Conine was the first baseman of that team.
Really?
We looked this up before. We looked up the 97 Marlins because the team was stacked.
That the team was fucking unreal. That was yeah, because they came into the league in what, 1992, 1993? Because we also looked that up as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to John Olerud. I'm not looking up the 97 Marlins.
Oh yeah, they had Moises Alou too.
John Olerud did not play for the Marlins.
Shucks.
Blue Jays, Mets, Mariners, Yankees, Red Sox. I hated how he wore the fucking stupid hat at first base.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know why?
We probably got what? Fucking.
He had a brain aneurysm.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It didn't kill him?
Yeah.
Good for him.
They also did not play together. They never played together. Okay. Well, dude, Pudge Rodriguez came into the league when he was 19 years old from Texas in 1991. Holy shit. One Rookie of the Year. What a guy. He played until 2011. He played 20 years.
Yeah.
In Major Leagues.
Long time.
That's fucking crazy. And he's only 48. He retired almost 10 years ago. He played for 20 years, and he's only 48.
I mean, he was born like what, 71, 72.
71, yeah.
That's about right. Oh, that's math.
That's crazy. It's like hockey numbers.
Yeah.
They're like,
Playing at 19.
this guy's been in the league for like 34 years. Oh, dude, what is he, like 60? No, he's 39. yeah, he came into the league when he was, 7. It's like, what? How does that make any sense?
Yeah. 10-year NHL vet, 28 years old. What?
Yeah. What? Could you imagine? I'm 28. I couldn't imagine being a professional athlete for 10 years already. I mean, that would be amazing. The amount of stupid shit I've done in the last 10 years, being a professional athlete, way better than that.
I would only last 2 years. Just gave me enough money to be like, fuck this. I don't care. Catch the ball. It's a ball. I'm going home.
I don't know. You're not going to make a ton of money on your rookie deal, and you'd be surprised probably how quickly like $1 million goes. Like that's not a lot of
Just need
money.
$10 million.
Yeah, but that's going to take a while if you're not like
It'll take 2 years. I'm
top
good.
of the league.
I'm good at catching that ball.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's how they get you. You gotta get out. You can't think like that. You gotta be like, no, fuck this. I'm lazy.
Because what is it like? What is the average person? Let's say the average person makes like
It's
$50,000.
Yeah.
So
40 years.
if you want that for 40 years, that's
$100,000.
uh,
800.
that's a lot of zeros.
No, 80.
That's $2 million.
2 million. Fuck. Why
So
can't I count?
$50,000 over 40 years is $2 million. So I mean, yeah, I guess you probably could then, if you made $2 million as a professional athlete. But I mean, you're living off of a $50,000 a year salary, which isn't a lot.
Well, yes, but you don't have to.
Unless
do
you
it.
go to like Montana or like West Virginia.
And you're living off the interest. Interest.
I don't think that's enough money to live off the interest.
It's enough money to live off the interest if you're living off of $50,000.
You want to wrap this up before we get something really weird?
Oh, we haven't already gotten that.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you got?
So I was actually thinking about this when you were watching the UFO thing.
Mm-hmm.
We really glossed over the fact that the Air Force confirmed UFO sightings. We talked about it on the show,
Oh yeah,
but it has been like really, really glossed over.
yeah. That was in February, right?
Yeah, probably.
It
Yeah,
was
was
like
it-
it was
was
like
it-
February, March.
Was it
March,
pre-corona
during-
or
it was during
post-corona?
It was intra Corona.
Peri-corona?
It was peri-corona because I remember that was the big thing. It came out and they were like,
Distraction.
"Oh yeah, when's the best time to tell everyone that we know UFOs are real?" Yeah, I don't know, the global pandemic. That was like the 4:30 on a Friday jump.
The news dump.
Yeah. 4:30 on a Friday during coronavirus in like March when like people were like still freaking out because no one had any fucking clue. Weird, still no one knows. But no one really had any fucking clue about anything back then. They thought like everyone was gonna die. Thought it was like the Bubonic Plague. They're like, yeah, by the way, UFOs are real. All right, cool. So have a good weekend. And then everyone was like, wait, what? Like, what'd you say? I don't know, I forget. You pull one of those.
Yep.
What did you say? I don't know, I forget.
Nothing.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. And then everyone was like, okay, we have to worry about this global pandemic now.
Yeah.
Like, we know UFOs are real. Like, they came out and said it.
I mean,
Like, the government said
well,
it's true.
they know that it's unknown flying object. They don't know if there's aliens afoot. That's the thing. So it could have just been some asshole from like all these countries with their secret military programs and stuff. Could have been one of those. So they kept it loose. That's why everyone's just kind of
I don't know, dude, not the thing. Have you ever heard about the pill?
not taking pills before.
It's not like a legitimate pill in that sense. It's like, it's called the pill.
Oh, the pill.
Because
thing.
it's a aircraft that was shaped like a pill.
It's got jet things on the
And
bottom.
moves. It doesn't follow physics when it moves.
I don't follow physics information that much.
That doesn't
I'm just
mean
being
physics
amazing.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I don't like it, so it doesn't exist. Like Algebra 1, I'm not cool with, so
So we should cancel it.
no, it's just we don't have to cancel it because it doesn't exist.
Algebra 2.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
Never happened. Algebra 2 though, that's okay.
Well, it doesn't exist because we canceled it.
No, we didn't cancel it; just never existed.
Well, how did you know it was a thing if you just said it? If it never existed,
Exactly, it never existed.
Did you will it into existence by saying it and then nullifying it?
Yeah, you're right. It never existed.
What never existed?
It's like if there was a spin-off but no original. Like you just start with a spin-off. You want to make a movie idea?
Just a sequel.
It's it's like Star Wars, but they start with 4, 5, and 6. But it's a spin-off. It's not number 2 or number sequel. It's a spin-off in the same universe of something that doesn't exist.
No, you know what you do is you do the old fucking dumbass thing that every idiot in fucking high school used to talk about for the senior prank, where you take like a squirrel, you take 3
Okay.
squirrels, and you number them 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, dude, they'll never know that Squirrel 2 doesn't exist. It's like, yeah, not everyone has that idea, buddy.
My older cousin, they totally did it at their high school.
So you, yeah, it worked. I swear, they did it.
They looked all day.
You could pivot and just number them 1, 2, and 3. Fuck, where's 4?
So you just release a movie, like the very first movie, and call it like fucking, I don't know, The Dick Faces 2.
No, you can't.
And be like, well, where's 1? And then you release the third one.
No, that's Star Wars. They already did that. You gotta do the sequel.
Yeah, but they didn't,
I mean, not the sequel, the spin-off.
They didn't number it 4. Like, they didn't say like Star Wars 4.
Yeah, they did. They said episode 4.
Not when it came out. It was
Yes,
just Star
no, it
Wars.
did.
No, when it first came out, they went
It
back.
was just Star Wars.
They went back and re-edited that because it never used to be called A New Hope.
No, it was just called Star Wars.
Yeah, when it first came out.
I don't believe that.
Because George Lucas didn't think it was gonna work.
No,
He picked episode 4 because he thought it was the best one.
Yeah.
Because he needed to get funding, so he was like, well, I'll just do episode 4 because I like this one the best, and then if I get more money, then I can make the other movies.
Well, yeah, but I thought he made it openly. This is episode 4. I will make the other movies. So.
Well, he didn't know if he could. So when it first came out, it was just called Star Wars.
Yeah, you just.
And then afterwards,
retroactively titled.
They retroactively titled it.
Yeah, but it was 5, not 5. Was it 2 or nothing?
No, it was just
Empire
Strikes Back. They never assigned numbers to it until later.
That sucks. I thought it was such a baller move that he went with.
Yeah, no.
Episode 4.
No, it was
What?
literally just
Episode
called Star
5.
Wars.
What are you doing? Episode 6. Fuck you.
Now we're gonna wait 25 years and release episode 1.
Fuck. That would have been so much cooler. I don't like Star Wars anymore.
Are you, what was your final thought? Are you go?
It was the UFO.
Okay, yeah. Do you have a final thought?
I think I do.
Oh boy.
See now, it's actually something.
My final thought, I hate Star Wars.
It's something you will probably not agree with, but something you will like to hear from me.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, holds a lot of weight because it's about sports, something I care nothing about. And I don't even care about the people even more. And it's about Cam Newton. I don't like Cam Newton anymore.
Why?
Because it was on and he said like things about being the starter and how they're going to change it up. So he's like, the thing I don't like is that he's gaslighting already the position. He's changed like the narrative through gaslighting. So he's like he made like Stidham seem like a bitch by being like, I'm the starter without any like.
Well, it probably is a bitch.
Who?
Stidham.
Well, yeah, but still, like you're gaslighting the position. You're like changing the reality around it. Like you're manipulating to be like, I'm the starter. It's all.
But yeah, he's Cam fucking Newton.
Yeah, but like.
You know what? Like
people do that a lot, and I don't like it.
So, at one point,
no one knows if you're the starter. That's not. You're making an expectation.
They had only Jarrett Stidham on the roster.
Yeah.
So by default, he was the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Then they signed Brian Hoyer, and they were like, I don't know, probably be a competition, but like, yeah, it's Jarrett Stidham probably is gonna win. And then we had like the Patriots Bobos that came out and was like, everyone loves Stidham. I don't know. He's the next guy. He might just be like, I don't want to say he's going to be the next Brady, but like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, they're not worried that Brady left. And then here we are in June or July, whenever they signed him. And they go, yeah, here's Cam Newton. He's a former MVP. He's when he's healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They ain't no competition.
See, this is where
Stidham's a bitch.
This is where my
if you're gonna talk about it, Stidham needs to win a competition against Brian Hoyer.
He already won last year.
This is where
he ain't beating Cam Newton.
Well, this is where my perspective of not caring about sports comes in, where everyone at first was like about Cam Newton, like, oh, we don't even know if he'll be healthy and all this bullshit. Now everyone's on the train of Cam Newton, and it's like it's all conjecture and all that. Like everyone's like. You might get cut at first. You might not even make it through camp. All that was happening.
I mean, I don't think
so. Now it's cut. Well, plenty of people are saying they don't have any stock in him at first. Then I stopped listening because that's when everyone starts hyping up and all that stuff. And also, you can't keep my with my attention on sports that long. But now it's like I missed a chapter. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking starter. I'm great. I haven't thrown a football to anyone on the team, and I haven't done anything with the playbook and all that. I'm a starter. It's like, fuck off.
Because he is the starter.
They haven't even thrown a ball around. He's not a starter.
So,
This is why I said, in my opinion.
but
isn't
Jared
gonna be
Stidham
something
hadn't
real.
thrown the ball. Was he not the starter?
I mean, he was on the team last year, and he knows everything about the team right now.
1 year doesn't mean everything.
I mean, well, yeah, but a year is more than nothing. When you just get signed like a few days ago or a few weeks ago.
Brian Hoyer played for a different team last year.
He's like a backup.
So was Jared Stidham.
All right, sorry for my lack of using the right term. Brian Hoyer's like always a backup quarterback. He's like that's his role.
The word
Whereas
you're looking
Stidham
for
is
is
a
Brian
first
Hoyer
year.
sucks.
Yes, that's what you.
But
That's what you're trying
that's not
to
the
say.
focus. The thing is,
The only
Stidham's
team he ever started for was the
saying,
Cleveland Browns.
No, he started for.
The point is,
The
Hoyer
49ers,
is
too.
not Hoyer. Stidham's in his
Texans.
first year, second year, and he's
Sorry,
back.
Texans,
You're not
yeah.
listening, guys. Don't fuck up.
What do you got? I'm listening.
Stidham's in his first year. He was drafted to be a kind of starter one day. They don't draft someone to be a backup.
I mean, they draft him in the 4th round. You don't expect someone drafted in the 4th round to be a starter. People drafted in the 4th round and later, I'm usually surprised if they're on the team in 2 years.
Yeah, quarterback's one of those weird ones for me, from what I see. Because I don't really watch anything. I'm like, oh yeah, they're just kind of like, you gotta be intelligent and adapt.
I'm an intelligent adapter.
Incorrect.
False.
I would disagree. Although I did hear some Yahoo call into sports radio today, which I've already made fun of these people. Like, yeah, I just don't know about these black quarterbacks. They're good and they can run for like 4 years and they can't run anymore, and they're stuck pocket passing. And I don't know if they can do it.
Oh, maybe that's why I don't.
Felger goes, yeah, we're not doing white versus black. That is literally the case with any running quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually they can't run anymore and they're forced to pass, and you don't know if they can do it.
Yeah. Like,
I cannot believe these people still calling with this shit.
Not as much, but kind of. Ben Roethlisberger.
Alex Smith.
He was a running quarterback, and he had to become a pocket passer. I mean, he's still
Okay, we're loosely defining running on that one.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Alex
He
Smith
was a
fast.
guy that wasn't afraid to be mobile.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a runner.
Yeah.
Brick shithouse.
I'm trying to think of
Smith.
honestly.
He's white and fast and throws.
Brian
Self-defense.
Hoyer. Brian Hoyer was before
Brian Hoyer was
when he wasn't 46 years old.
Okay, we're confusing mobile and running. Like Johnny Manziel was a running quarterback,
Yeah. Okay.
but he was
Well, that's
bad.
the thing is there's not a lot of them that make it to the NFL.
No, because usually they're not good.
Right.
But some
It's
of
like
them.
Devin White was a fucking who was the guy, the quarterback at West Virginia?
Pat White.
Pat White. Yeah.
He wasn't much of a runner though. He
Yeah.
threw.
Yeah.
Because I think they ran a spread in the Big 12, and Steve Slayton ran.
Yeah.
He didn't really run. He was just black and a lefty.
Was he actually a lefty?
Yeah.
Not if you run, you're
Dude, I think Cam
a
Newton's a lefty.
probably lefty. If you run, you throw lefty.
But that's the thing. The only good running quarterbacks in the NFL are all black. So when you say, "Oh, those black quarterbacks," like, dude, I cannot even believe you fucking calling with this shit.
Andrew Luck wasn't a lefty?
No.
Damn, that was the one I was thinking of that I confused that time. a long
Andrew
time
Luck
ago.
is very much so right-handed.
But he was kind of rollouty. He was fast.
Mobile and running are different.
Rollout. It's
Like
pronounced
Lamar
rollout.
Jackson is a
Rollouty.
running quarterback.
Yes.
Michael Vick was a running quarterback.
Cam Newton was a running quarterback. The last few years he's been better at throwing from the pocket.
Well, he's had to. He's
Yeah.
getting killed out there.
Right. I'm trying to think.
RG3.
Yep, he was a running quarterback. I don't know what you would classify Russell Wilson as.
Mobile.
He runs.
He's mobile. He's a
He
pocket.
runs. He runs a solo man offense. They don't have an offensive playbook. They just snap the ball and let him run circles and tuck it up in the air.
It's a scrambler.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Yeah.
He's not a running one.
And then Brady, pocket passer.
Yeah.
What? Runs a 5-0.
Rogers, pocket passer. I know he can roll out, but pocket passer.
Yeah.
Like Kirk Cousins,
doesn't
pocket
he-
passer.
Doesn't Rogers? Is he the one that loses a lot?
Jameis is a pocket passer.
Right.
Or pocket picker, whatever.
I see what you did there. Yeah, there really aren't. Josh Allen.
He's a runner.
He's a white running quarterback. There we go. There's one. And guess what? He sucks.
He sucks.
He's a terrible quarterback.
Sucks right now.
So, I don't know. I gotta get to my final thought, which is I saw laughter today that they found a squirrel in Colorado.
Was it number 3?
The number 3 squirrel in Colorado tested positive for the bubonic plague.
I've heard about the plague for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, just
People
means
brought
he
it
got,
up.
just got bit by the flea.
So after swine flu too, I heard about the plague.
Yeah. So the bubonic plague is coming back.
No, it is not. It's always been here. You know why? Cats can get the bubonic plague.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get bad, I guess.
Yep, cats.
Or
Can
they get it.
Cats are terrible fucking animals because they also carry what is it called? Toxoplasma. It's like toxoplasma something blah 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 blah. It's a long ass name, but it's this parasite or virus, whatever, that really fucks you up. Like if you get it, so it completely changes people's personalities, and it makes them like uber aggressive all the time.
Nice.
And it's from. All right, I'm gonna fuck this up. I gotta make sure I get this right. It's
Sounds like a tall tale.
rats get it, and the parasite can only live and produce offspring in cats' intestines. So what happens is when the rats get infected with this, it changes the rats' behavior so that they love cat piss. So rats typically like hate cats, like they run like their cats are their predator, they're the prey to the cats. But when they're infected with the toxoplasma, they smell cat piss and they go towards it, and then the cats inevitably eat them, and now the parasite is transferred from the rat into the cat, into the intestines, and then it multiplies, and then it can spread to humans somehow.
When we get their fecal matter in us.
Yeah, like that shit. Yeah, like changing like cat litter and shit, and then it like it really fucks people up like bad.
There you go. Another reason why I don't get a cat.
Yeah, cats suck dick.
Hey Jones, have fun with that.
Yeah.
Start rolling around in cat piss one day, like, oh fuck, I love
Yeah.
it.
That was like
Awesome,
cheesing.
this.
That was the cheesing episode of South Park.
Oh,
Yeah,
The cat piss.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, bubonic plague is back, and cats suck.
Never left.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
never left.
No, it's gonna make a surge.
Yeah,
I
so is swine
saw-
flu too.
Yeah.
It's all about the pharmaceutical companies, whichever one's gonna make them the most money.
Yeah.
I saw something that was like a warning from the squirrel that had the bubonic plague, just like thrown out. It is very highly unlikely that you'll get the bubonic plague from the squirrel. Because no one really knows that it's the flea that fucking bites you. Like, but the squirrel will breathe on me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people are.
If I look at the squirrel,
It's
okay.
scary.
Yeah.
How long do you have to quarantine for the plague?
Forever.
I got this black booboes growing on me.
Can they treat that now? Like, are we
Yeah.
good with that?
The
Yeah.
plague?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're good
It's
with that,
easy.
right?
You just don't die. You don't wait a week and die, because you'll die.
Yeah.
If you die, you die.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, unless you're Native American, you're kind of pretty immune.
Oh shit!
Shit.
That wasn't my final thought,
But it was your final
but
thought.
it was. I'll wait.
Cut
I'll wait
twice.
until the next one. I'll write it down. So that's gonna do it for us. We're pretty far over time here. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the show. Thank you for listening wherever you're at, whatever streaming service you got. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling everybody about the show. We've been killing fucking YouTube views. average listen not that high, but the listen time, but the actual listen numbers fucking great. So yeah, keep telling everybody, keep spreading the word out there, and we are on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Our Twitter is sarcasm_speaks, and the Facebook page is just Sarcasm Speaks. And trying to work on that T-shirt from a couple episodes ago about superiorly inferior. So stand by with that too. Until next time, good night, everybody.